And welcome back, Gamer Nation. SKS here with another episode of Law & Order Legacies. I think we're getting ready to watch a sex video.
Okay, boys and girls, here she is in all her glory. Allison Conway, Harrison Bedford's little Brooklyn bitch. Poor girl can't hold her Jack and Coke.
This must have been shot at that party last spring.
That's right. Allison told us she passed out that night, and there's the evidence. I assume our narrator is tagged.
Miss Allison here is attempting to sleep her way into high society, literally. Too bad she never learned the rule. You can't rise without the Vanderhook blessing.
I think I know where this is going.
So just to prove what a big-hearted guy I am, I'm gonna give it to her anyway. Watch closely, Harrison, buddy.
And it goes on from there.
I can understand why Franklin didn't want this to get out. Allison is like a sister to him.
Oh, wow.
But what does this do for our case? If Franklin didn't do it...
Then somebody framed him. Someone who had access to the weight room and Franklin's locker.
Could be Allison herself, if she knows about the video.
I think we need to have another talk with her. Should we tell her everything up front?
We got no choice. Paternity of her child is in question. If she doesn't know that, she needs to.
Come on, Ray, she's just a kid. Her world has already been blown apart once. Last thing she needs right now is news like this.
She's had to hear the rumors.
Test results are in. If Harrison's a father, she never needs to learn about the video.
Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Oh. Lennie Briscoe's being nice, but I think we have to see her reaction to this video. We have to.
Watch closely, Harrison, buddy. You might learn a thing or two.
Turn it off. Turn it off!
If you need to be alone for a while, we can leave.
No. Who else knows about this? Who knows what he... Oh, God.
That's what we're trying to find out.
We have some reason to believe that he sent it to Harrison.
And that explains the attack.
What attack?
Somebody ambushed Tad. Split his face wide open.
Yeah, he had a scar on his cheek. Mr. Vanderhook converted Tag's scar come as the result of a fight. Yep. Tag's bloody and unconscious. No. Beating Tag up after... No. So that scar from the very first is back.
They never told us who did it, but the rumor was it was Harrison. I didn't know whether to believe it. I mean, I knew he was pissed at Tag for insulting me, but he wasn't the type to go postal like that.
They never told us.
When you say they never told you who attacked Tag, what do you mean? Who's they?
Mrs. Boersma and the secretaries. They heard the screams and ran out into the hall.
Wait, you're saying the fight happened at New Amsterdam?
What? Nobody said that they... The headmistress said... What? I don't even know. Franklin said the fight happened on the street. No. Allison previously said the fight... No. Headmistress said she had no knowledge of a conflict between Harrison and Tag. Mr. Vanderhook said the fight happened... Oh, she's lied to us. That bitch.
If this is true, why didn't Mrs. Boersma say anything?
Beats me. I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what the other kids have told me. Supposedly, Mrs. Boersma hauled Harrison into her office, but it's not like he got expelled or anything. And then, a week after that, he was dead.
Well... Well, this isn't part of what we're investigating. Even though I'd like to click it, but...
Why did nobody tell us this when we were investigating Harrison's murder? If what you're saying is true, then Tag had a motive.
Tag was already gone when Harrison was killed.
Gone? Gone where?
His
Gone?
mom pulled him out of school and sent him off to California to recuperate. They say she was furious with New Amsterdam. Swore that the Vanderhooks were done with it.
That... They just bought the gym for him. How would that make sense at all? This whole thing doesn't make sense. Mr. Vanderhook testified that Tag was in Europe. Tag discovered... No, Mr. Vanderhook made a major request to the school. Tag's injury happened earlier in the spring. Yeah, she gave that whole freaking gym to it.
But then she turned around and donated a gym to the school that summer.
So
And
she
Tag
had
was out in the
access.
fall, like nothing was wrong.
Something's wrong with this picture. Thanks for being forthcoming, Allison.
Are you gonna be okay?
I just need some time to think. Everything's different now, you know?
Well, that's what you get for being a whore.
God help her if that baby turns out to be Tag's.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. Yeah. I'm worried where this is heading.
Furious at New Amsterdam? Of course I was furious. My son was savagely beaten in their halls. His face had to be sewn back together.
And yet you made a huge bequest just 3 weeks later. It doesn't square up. Why the change of heart?
Tag convinced me to do it. Despite what had happened, he was devoted to the school. He told me it was the one place in all the world where he felt truly accepted.
No! She's so full of shit. She said the oil and water comment earlier. Headmistress confessed Tag never fit. Why are we not talking to the headmistress again? Because she lied too. Mr. Vanderhook said Tag and New Amsterdam are like oil and water. That's true. Allison said Tag wanted to transfer elsewhere. Tag smashed glass on the joke. No. I mean, somebody who knew a lot of this stuff.
You told the police that Tag and New Amsterdam were like oil and water.
Did I? How odd.
Oh.
It's time you told us the truth, Mrs. Vanderhook.
Ooh.
You're good. I like you. Yes, if you must know, the bequest was extorted from me. My reputation is the basis of my fortune, Miss Carmichael. Unfortunately, that makes me uniquely vulnerable to scandal. Somebody saw an opening and seized it. I would have been more forthcoming if I thought this had anything to do with my son's murder.
I don't believe
But
that.
Tag did figure in this scheme, didn't he? We've seen the video.
You have? That's not exactly the sort of thing that makes a mother proud. But then making mother proud was never very high on Tag's to-do list.
Who blackmailed you? What did Tag know? Reaction to Tag's crime.
What we want to know is, who else knew about it? Who was extorting you?
But surely you've already guessed. Our beloved headmistress,
Ah!
Boersma. Though how she got a hold of the video, I'll never know.
Who did Mrs. Boersma obtain the tape from? Well, Tag wouldn't give it to her. Harrison probably had to. Oh, he watched it before the fight or something, right? When did she have opportunity to do so? She was Harrison's private tutor. Ooh. She met Harrison in Central Park. She hosted a party at which the video was shot. That would be hilarious. She called Harrison into her office after the fight. Oh, she probably took it like she did the gun. He had it in his locker.
She hauled Harrison into her office right after the fight. She must have forced it out of him then. It would explain why she didn't expel him.
However she got it, she understood immediately what it could do to my reputation. The son of Trisha Vanderhook, forcing himself on some inebriated little tramp, on camera yet? The press would fight to get their claws on the footage. The price was steep, but it wasn't too much to pay for a guarantee that the video wouldn't get out. So I paid up, and that was the end of it.
What did Tag know?
Did Tag know you were being blackmailed on account of him?
No. As far as he knew, there were only 2 people in the world who knew about his little excursion into filmmaking, and one of them was dead.
Well, no. He knew she knew, right? And Tag... And he bragged about it, yeah. Note on the video that everyone else had seen... Oh, I forgot about that. Miss Bedford confessed to knowing about the video. Tag referred to a live audience who observed the act. Mrs. Vanderhook earlier stated he had no secrets from Tag. Yeah, the note's probably what they want.
Tag bragged to Franklin Bedford that the video was a box office hit.
Did he? How tacky.
He knew somebody was making money off it.
Yes, I suppose I did let the secret slip out.
She's a terrible mother. Reaction. Guarantee. When did he learn?
Mrs. Boersma guaranteed that the video wouldn't get out? How could you be confident she wouldn't turn around and extort more money out of you next year?
I made sure she couldn't do that. In exchange for my generous donation, she gave me an insurance packet.
Meaning?
A handwritten statement of what she'd done, signed and dated. If the video gets out, so does her confession. Mutually assured destruction. Always good for keeping hostile superpowers quiet.
Do you
Well,
still have this statement?
Yes, and I intend to hold on to it. Unless you can prove this has something to do with Tag's murder.
well.
When did you tell Tag about your arrangement with Mrs. Boersma?
April Fool's Day.
Oh. That's when they had their big fight. Hey, make sure April's Fool's it. No, Mr. Vanderhook or no. Yeah, Mrs. Vanderhook confessed to having a big fight with Tag. Mrs. Boersma expelled Tag on April 2nd. Tag arrested on that day. Where is this going to go, though?
And wrecked his Maserati again, and he was expecting, no, demanding I should get it fixed for him. For once I put my foot down. Well, he flew into a childish rage, called me a cheapskate, started screaming about how I never did anything for him. So, I let him know exactly what his shenanigans had cost me. It shut him up.
Well.
Tag made a comment about the video, that he was planning to get his share of the box office. Do you have any idea what he meant by that?
A few days before he died, Tag informed me that he no longer needed my money. He said he'd found another way to pay for the Maserati.
Did he say what that was?
I asked, but all he would say was, "A good example is the best sermon."
That's the headmistress. Oh no, I hope he's not doing like porn with her or something. Oh God. Yeah. Maybe she was at a party and got drunk. Frame quote in the headmistress' office. Mr. Bedford yelled this during arraignment. Allison said it was Franklin's personal motto. Headmistress says it was Franklin's personal motto. Uh-oh. Where's this going?
Extortion seems to be going around this season.
Still don't know who's
I
killed.
think we found your son's murderer.
Franklin Bedford.
Was framed.
Yeah, because it's probably the headmistress. Who had the means, motive, and opportunity to do again? Allison, Mrs. Bedford, Mrs. Boersma, Mr. Vance. Mrs. Boersma. Yeah!
By Mrs. Boersma. She put that metal in his mouth, and she planted the gun in his locker.
But why? That little matter between her and me was resolved to our mutual satisfaction.
But not to Tag's satisfaction. He saw how his headmistress had profited off his video, and he figured turnabout was fair play. After all, you're not the only one who can be severely damaged by a scandal. Probably never realized how far she might go to avoid one.
Tag? Extort Karen Boersma? He might be reckless enough to try it, I'll grant you, but it would have been his word against hers. He had nothing to hold against her unless... Excuse me a minute, would you?
Uh-oh. He got the letter.
The insurance policy is gone. Karen Boersma's signed confession. It's missing from the safe.
Did you make a copy of it?
No. He's the only one who could have taken it. But could he really be reckless enough to... Look who I'm talking about. Of course he could.
We can bring her to justice without it, if you'll agree to testify.
No, absolutely not.
What?
As I've explained to you, I can't afford scandal.
But what about Tag?
If trashing my reputation could bring him back,
Wow.
I'd give him a heartbeat. But it wouldn't. Tag's dead, but the Vanderhook name still lives.
Oh, Mother of the Year right there.
Mine is based on truth, and if you won't help me expose the truth about who killed Tag, I'll find someone who can.
Wow. Wow. I, yeah. Okay.
New Amsterdam Preparatory Academy.
Could I speak to Mrs. Boersma, please? This is Franklin Bedford. I feel kind of funny about this. I mean, she's my headmistress.
And she framed you for murder. Do you want to see her get away with it?
No, wait. But I don't know what to say to her.
You don't want to get her mad or scared, but you do want to let her know you're onto her game, and you want a piece of the action. Play it exactly the way Tag would have played it.
We'll cue you along. You'll be fine.
Franklin, how nice of you to call. I was so relieved when they dropped the charges against you. Of course, I never stopped believing in your innocence.
Thanks.
I'm sorry that the board voted to drop you from the class roster. Purely a business decision, you understand. I assume that's why you're calling. You want me to reinstate you?
No, I want justice. I want money. Yes, I want to be...
Say yes.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'm afraid, well, the board has a point in that with all the publicity surrounding your case, reinstating you now would be too disruptive. Perhaps we can arrange for you to continue your lessons at home until the scandal subsides.
Tell her there's another scandal she should be worried about.
There's another scandal you should be worried about.
What's that?
Uh-oh. I know what you did. I know how you got to Jim. I know you killed Tag. I know about Tag's video.
Tell her you know where the new gym came from.
Like, she's not gonna hear
Where
that!
the new gym came from.
Of course, everybody does. It was a very generous gift from Trisha Vanderhook.
I've heard rumors. I got your confession. I've got a photocopy of your confession.
You've got a copy of her confession.
Nah, that gym was no gift. I've got a copy of a paper here that says it was blackmail.
What do you want from me?
I want to meet. I want to finish out the school year. I want to hear you confess. I want to bang you up now.
Tell her you want to meet.
Let's meet and, like, talk things over.
Where?
Where? Workout room, your office. The Central Park carousel.
The workout room. Midnight.
The workout room. Midnight tonight.
You do have a flair for the theatrical, don't you? All right. Merely out of curiosity, you understand. I'm not admitting to anything.
Oh, I know what they're going to do. They're going to get her to put in the 10100 whatever. Let's see.
Mrs. Boersma.
Like, she didn't see that.
What are you doing? How dare
You're
you?
under arrest for the murder of Tag Vanderhook.
You have no case against me.
Maybe not at the moment, but we will as soon as we pull the codes from this keypad lock. I'll lay you 7 to 1. The code you entered just now matches the one used on the day of the murder.
Oh!
Listen, gentlemen, perhaps we can come to an arrangement. It isn't myself I'm thinking of. It's New Amsterdam Prep. A scandal would be very bad right now.
Well, I'm
I
sorry.
thought of that before you launched your little extortion scheme.
I didn't set out to kill the boy, but he forced my hand. And anyway, he deserved it. He was a bully and a rapist and an extortionist to boot. Ending his vicious little life was a service to humanity.
Interesting defense. We'll see if the jury buys it.
Oh my god, are you
Judge
serious?
in the Boersma trial just passed sentence. 20 to life.
Ooh.
Like the man said, a good example is the best sermon.
Let's hope all his students were paying attention.
Verdict is in on the paternity test, too. Turns out Harrison was the father.
Well, that's good.
Happy endings all around at the Bedford house.
I don't know about that. We still don't have a lead on Harrison's killer. I kept hoping some new evidence would turn up at this trial, but no luck.
Maybe Tag did it after all.
If he did, he could have left us some proof before getting himself killed. I'd hate to go to my grave not knowing.
There's a lot we'll never know. Don't let it spoil your sleep.
Oh, we still didn't get anything? I was really wanting something new in this case. We've got so close, but no. Alright, gamers. I hope you enjoyed this episode. That one was a roller coaster. That one threw me. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I think this was episode 6 of the game. But we got one more left. So as always, I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'll enjoy reading your comments and replying back to you. I will see you next time. Good night, gamers.